So, honestly, what is happening right now in America is insane. It is looking like that the US is on the brink of a government shutdown. And if you don't know what a government shutdown is, it's basically things like anyone who is paid by the government, a government worker, stops getting paid. Basically, things could just stop working because of it, because there is just, well, there's no money to run it. And we have seen these throughout the years happen. However, what has happened this time, I think, fundamentally makes this very, very, very different indeed. Very different indeed. Because this shutdown wasn't an argument over funding or cuts that the Republicans want to make. This was done. This was done on the asking of Elon Musk. And just remember that. This was done on the asking of Elon Musk, basically wanting to shut down, the US government. This guy is wanting to fund reform, wanting to fund Farage. What if they got anywhere near power or anything like that? It is now becoming increasingly obvious, and very obvious from this, that if that happened, Musk would use his influence. And Musk would use his influence on the UK and in UK politics. So if you have not done so, please do tweet at your MP, regardless of whatever party they are in. Write to them, email them, send them a snail mail about this, that they need to take this threat of Elon Musk seriously, that this is clearly outside influence. And given this event that's happening in America right now, that is showing that Elon Musk will use his influence. So, what exactly has gone on here? What exactly is Elon asking for? But also, we have to ask, is this really the start of what we may come to know as the Trump-Elon feud? Because Anthony Scaramucci, say what you will about the man, I think has predicted their fallout. And he said, when it happens, it is going to be bigger than all the fireworks across America on the 4th of July. Because, oh boy, Trump will be president. Musk has control of Twitter. Do you think these guys are going to be silent if they start falling out, if they start feuding? It's going to make for good content. It's going to make for very, very good content. But if you're in America now, Elon Musk has just flexed his muscle, showing that actually I have control over a certain portion of the Republican Party, done on his orders. That is and should, I think, worry Trump more, because he has just demonstrated his power and his influence in the Republican Party. So just a couple of weeks ago, after we were saying after the win, we were saying, oh well, this is now the party of MAGA. This happening right now in America, this potential government shutdown, started by Elon Musk. This isn't the party of MAGA. This is the party of Elon Musk. And this is happening because they know up to the election, running into that, Trump has run up huge amounts of debt of the Republican Party. Many of the different branches across the Republicans across America are bankrupt, in really bad financial straits. They lost many of their big key donors. They still have not returned because of Trump. And now, well, if Big Daddy Elon is going to be the one funding the party, guess we have to dance to his tune. So, quickly, before we move on to anything else, what has exactly happened? Well, this we go over to the BBC because this goes to show you Musk flexes influence over Congress in now showdown drama. So, a funny thing happened on the way to a bipartisan agreement to fund the US government operations to avoid a partial shutdown this week. The Conservatives in Congress, encouraged by tech multi-billionaire Elon Musk, balked. The Republicans then tried to regroup on Thursday afternoon, offering a new streamlined down package to fund the government. That vote failed, as 38 Republicans joined most Democrats now in voting no. All this political drama just now provides a taste of the chaos and unpredictability that could now be in store under the unified Republican rule in Washington next year. The man, of course, who is at the center of this week's drama does hold no official government title or even role. What Elon Musk does, however, is hundreds of billions of dollars in a social media megaphone, and not just the ear of the President of the United States, but now also rank and file of conservatives in Congress. That should be very worrying for anyone in democracy. But this is, again, probably the biggest proof of what Elon Musk is doing, his power and influence. And here's the thing: Elon Musk's an absolute idiot. He's a complete fool. He's a moron of the highest caliber. And sooner or later, he screws up. He messes up. If you just saw the latest Thunderfoot video about Elon Musk now saying, yeah, my new space rocket, which I've been bragging about for years, how we were going to build the next couple of iterations, yeah, that failed. Couldn't even take a banana to orbit. How is this meant to be the next generation of low orbital freight shuttling? And yet this guy is now getting involved in government. He's going to screw up big time. He is going to screw up big time. Not only just, of course, his relationship with Trump, because that will explode as well, because they both have massive egos. And, well, if you've ever seen that in real life, when two big egos enter the room and they fall out, oh boy, the fallout is huge. Massive. So, continuing on this. On Wednesday morning, the tech tycoon took to Twitter, which he purchased for $44 billion just 2 years ago, to now disparage a compromise that Republican Speaker of the House Mike Johnson had struck with the Democrats to temporarily fund the US government operations until mid-March. As a number of his posts about the proposed agreement stretched into the triple digits at the time of factually incorrect allegations made by conservative commentators, and now opposition to the legislation in Congress grew. And by Wednesday evening, Donald Trump's even perhaps sensing the need to get in front of now a growing conservative uprising, publicly stated that he too opposed the government funding bill. He also said it contained wasteful spending on Democratic priorities, while also demanding that Congress take the political sensitive step of raising or even doing away with a legal cap on newly issued American debt that the US would reach sometime next year. Support for the stopgap spending bill then, of course, collapsed, then forcing Johnson and his leadership team to scramble to find an alternative path forward. As they did, Musk celebrated, proclaiming that the voice of people has now triumphed. It may, of course, be more accurate to say that it was Musk's voice that triumphed. And that point is the key point here. This has amplified. And just shown you how dangerous someone like Musk is, with all this money, all this power, can really be. Very, very dangerous. But the Musk involvement, of course, may not land well with some legislators. Democrats in the chamber joked about President Musk, while even a few Republicans publicly grumbled. who Pennsylvania Republican Glenn Thompson responded when asked about Musk, "I don't see him in the chamber." So this is going to be a now recurring problem, a very much recurring problem over the next couple of years. But it does not stop there, because this literally just happened a couple of hours ago. This happened instead. Warning signs now as Trump Republicans as for Trump as Republican rebels now defiant. The government shutdown now of December of 2024 is becoming the first big test of President-elect Donald Trump's influence over the Republicans in Congress, showing that, as we've said before, Trump doesn't have full control of all these Republicans. In some cases, they are only ready to meet him halfway on some things. At least so far, he is very much struggling. In the chaos of the last 24 hours, now showing just some of the limits of his power and control of his party as he now prepares to enter the White House. One day after the Trump derailed a big bipartisan government funding bill with a big assist from tech billionaire Elon Musk, he issued a new demand for a stripped-down government funding bill that would also raise the limit on how much debt the federal government can issue to fund its spending. It was a big ask now for many congressional conservatives who have long demanded that any increase in debt at least be accompanied by cuts to what they view as now out of control government spending. And remember, just as we see here in the UK, in America, conservatives complain about out of control government spending. When Trump was in office, he increased the deficit. He did not bring it under control. He increased it massively. He knows this. Hence why he did that and has removed that, because he doesn't want to admit that he's having to increase the debt ceiling again. So Trump's demand was also now a tacit admission that his legislative agenda, very much heavily now on tax cuts and new military spending, will unlikely deliver the kind of reduction to America's normal federal deficit that many on the right have now been hoping for. On Thursday night, this very much slimmed down bill, along with, of course, a 2-year suspension of the debt limit, came up to a vote in the House. 38 Republicans joined, and nearly every Democrat rejected it. This almost amounted to a stunning rebuke now of the president-elect, who would enthusiastically endorse legislation and threaten now to unseat any Republican who opposed it. So, instantly, because of Elon Musk, Trump's entire power and authority in the Republican Party has been challenged in a way that we just did not see this last time around. Like, Elon may be celebrating a victory right now, but he may as well have just turned around and just punched Trump squarely in the nose. And Donald Trump has right now a very bloody nose indeed, because we have not seen this type of rebellion, this type of rebuking of Trump, even during his first term, signaling that many Republicans are not willing to join him, as they're willing to go so far, but not the whole 9 miles. They ain't prepared to do that. So it makes the next 4 years very, very interesting of what could happen. That is for sure. Huge warning signs for Trump everywhere. And one thing, just to end on this, I think this is true as well. So, however this ends, this now latest drama underscores just how tenuous the Republican majority is in the House, and of course the limits to Donald Trump's power, which we have seen tested many, many times. And this is the first real time his power has really been checked by his own party, not by someone else, not by a court or anyone else, by his own party. This is what will be, I think, the ultimate kicker, because they do not have a majority in the House. So Republicans abhor compromise the Democrats, but it will, of course, be hard pressed to muster a majority without them. So they are going to have to compromise. But remember, this bill was killed by Elon Musk for saying that the Republicans were compromising with the Democrats. What's to stop Elon Musk doing this again in the future? We have seen the first massive chink in the Trump armor here. I think this is a massive chink in the Trump armor. And I'll tell you now, this could very well easily be the start of a feud between Trump and Elon, or at least the seeds potentially of a feud between Trump and Elon. But the drama's already started, and Trump isn't even in the White House. So let me know what you think down below. But wow, this I think is a very big blow to Trump. Very big blow. More than one, I think most Republicans, or at least supporters, will be prepared to admit. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Please help support the channel down below with the Patreon page, the Buy Me Coffee link down below as well, the YouTube thank you button, and of course, there's the Pony Club down below as well. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.